Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame count in this video. Before we do that, just let's briefly take a look at the daily chart. I think that is very important. We did that earlier today, but just as a reminder for everybody. So we're still in a bull market. Yeah, nothing has changed. The bullish outlook still remains valid. Yeah, into the 100 to 125, maybe even 140k region. We can specify that further as we go along, but it seems like that some kind of a pullback is unfolding. My interpretation, or my best interpretation, suggests that this is a wave 4 pullback, circle wave 4 as highlighted here on the daily time frame. And yeah, ideally we find here another nice entry point, or people can find another entry point like here. This was the last relevant daily support area on the daily time frame. That was here end of January. Now 1.5 months further, maybe we get another decent pullback like that, which doesn't need to take too long, but maybe a few days, maybe 1 or 2 weeks of correction. We'll see how that develops. The thing is, I see many 1-2 setups on altcoin charts at the moment. Yeah, many a bit questionable but possible 1-2 setups like Matic, eGold, Say maybe. So it's possible that we go up more directly. It depends on if their 1-2 setups are holding, but they could play out if Bitcoin forms a B wave, for example. But the idea is, yeah, that we have possibly entered here this wave 4, relevant support area between 50,750 and 61,800 pretty much. And then from this fourth wave support, the fifth wave to the upside ideally unfolds. Then we should get another larger degree 4 and a larger degree 5 and so on. Yeah. So this is possibly a pullback opportunity in an overall uptrend. So looking at the shorter time frame, this is the detailed chart. The idea is that this circle wave 3, as you can see here on the daily chart, likely topped. That we're now in this circle wave 4. Here it is. Yeah, support is defined, plus minus a few dollars depending on the exchange. And then the idea was that we have formed here this pullback, which looks as if it's an A wave, because you can interpret it as a 5-wave move, not the clearest one, but it's a possible leading diagonal in wave A. And I mean, to be honest, this was our key support level here, right? To confirm that a larger pullback has started. So I have to say that it's not crystal clear. I think we are in the wave 4. That is my preferred interpretation. But we've never sustained below the red line. You see how relevant that red line is? We've never sustained below that level. So technically speaking, this could still be a large 4, and then we move up in a large 5. Possible. Yeah, not invalidated. So that would be a bullish alternative. If you want to know a directly bullish alternative, this is it. For now, that's not what I prefer or confirm. So my preference is still that, because we have come down so low and even broke briefly below the red line, even if it wasn't a sustained break, preference would still be that, yeah, we are currently moving in this larger correction in a wave 4, that the move down was an A wave. So an A wave is basically the first wave of a correction. I'm tracking typically an ABC structure when we're dealing with these corrections, with a wave 4 especially, typically tracking an ABC structure, and that ABC might turn into a larger ABC structure. Okay, so it might turn into a larger ABC structure, but for now we are watching if the initial A wave is completed. It could be, because I can see possible 5-wave move to the downside. The B wave rally could be next, and it might have started. That's what I mentioned in the previous video, that B wave rally might indeed have started. It's not very clear, but then again, please be aware that B waves are among the messiest waves that exist. B waves are extremely difficult. They are very difficult to interpret as well, because they are the corrections within corrections, and the exact micro count already in corrections is difficult. Now a B wave is a correction in a correction, so you can imagine it's it's tricky. So if the B wave has started now, there isn't really a target, but the next resistance area is obviously up here. Micro resistance, these previous swing highs, so around 68,750. and a break above that could send the price high to the previous wave 2 swing high, so around $72,400. Bear in mind that B waves can even overshoot, so it is possible that this B wave stretches higher and might even reach 76k. That's possible. B waves sometimes do that, especially if the third wave, remember that the third wave reached the minimum targets, but well, this third wave was very much extended, but the subwaves. So this fifth wave ideally was going to reach 76k, even though minimum requirements were fulfilled. But if the ideal targets are not reached, then sometimes it's the case that in the following corrective wave, the B wave does it. And I just want to mention that. So I'm watching now possibly for the B wave start. Of course, a break below the intraday low, which was here around 65,500, would suggest that the A wave is still unfolding. It would then maybe form a larger A wave more directly, and then the B wave would start later. But for now, the focus is on further downside until we see a first impulse that suggests that all of wave 4, now let's go to the 1 hour chart, that suggests that all of wave 4 is complete. At the moment, there is no impulse to the upside. There could be, however, a very strong B wave. Okay, so it's still a bullish market. Please be aware of that. And dips or pullbacks can be an opportunity. The support range is, I think, very well defined. So you have all the parameters you need to measure your risk if you want to, let's say, scale into a wave 4 support zone. Just be aware it's a bullish market still. And it's, of course, possible that Bitcoin never reaches this support region. But in all likelihood, Bitcoin should, even though Bitcoin's pullbacks have been extremely shallow in recent months. Now, at the moment, my preference would be that Bitcoin is working on this B wave, as I said, and that Bitcoin is forming a more healthy B wave because, this could be a B wave, but it's just too shallow to be reliable. So it would most likely all be part of wave A still if we go down lower. So yeah, a healthy B wave, possibly into the 72, maybe even low 73k region would be ideal. And then if Bitcoin stops there, then the C wave to the downside could follow. I will monitor that for you. I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.